compensated based on your enrollment.
With the power of Tandem HR, you are in the fast lane on Main Street with Get Down to Business with Shalom Klein, the show for business and jobs. Now, the champion of networking, the advocate of jobs, the guru of business, your host, Shalom Klein.
It is so important to read up and be up on the news, current events, economic, social, political, so that if you're out at a dinner or a luncheon, you could join in the conversation. Every professional needs to do that. We are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship and business. We talk a lot about business here. You're on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. Get Down to Business is powered by Tandem HR, your solution center. You can find them at tandemhr.com or call 630-928-0510. Write that number down, 630-928-0510. You could also email them, simplify@tandemhr.com. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information. You won't want to miss a minute of it. It's a live show. You can call in with your questions at 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600. We're taking your questions to make this week an even easier, a better week, a more productive week in business and entrepreneurship. This week, we're going to be joined by guests Gideon Blustein of the Illinois Department of Employment Security, Gary Rabine of the Rabine Group, Elliot Richardson of the Small Business Advocacy Council, and Helen Levinson of Indigo Interactive. And at the end of the show, I'm going to be sharing tips for improving your LinkedIn profile. So you won't want to miss a minute of it. Lots of content, lots of information for you. And in fact, you can meet me this week on Thursday. That's right, Thursday, October 30th. I'm hosting the business event. It's our 4th annual Free Business and Employment Expo taking place at Block 37, downtown Chicago. We're going to have thousands of people there, tons of networking, tons of speakers. And actually, I'm thrilled to be joined in studio by one of the folks that are helping make that happen, somebody that's really connected with the business community. And we're talking with Gideon Blustein of the Illinois Department of Employment Security. Gideon, thanks for joining us in studio and Get Down to Business.
Thank you so much, Shalom. So happy to be here.
Fantastic. So, Gideon, I think I just alluded to it a moment ago, but Gideon is the deputy director of the Illinois Department of Employment Security, and that's a agency that up until not all that long ago, I probably commonly referred to it as the unemployment office, but I don't do that anymore, and that's because the work that you're doing in doing a ton of business outreach and partnering with me on events like the business event and really connecting with the business community. So, Gideon, what does your average day look like? What are you doing?
Oh, boy, there's no average day for me, Shalom. Well, let me start by saying I'm very excited. I'll be joining you on Thursday, and we're very excited to be promoting that event as well, the Thursday event. Definitely want to encourage people to come out to that. But yeah, I mean, an average day includes a lot of management of my teams who are going out, meeting with the business community. They are doing what we like to call no-cost HR solutions. So basically, that's providing employment services to employers who are looking for good quality employees. And, you know, we're helping to supplement their recruiting teams and their HR offices to connect them with good quality, talented people.
And you're doing that through a website that, honestly, if there's one thing that I want our listeners to take out of the show, it's, you know, grab a pen and a paper right now and write down this website, IllinoisJobLink.com. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, I'm involved in a lot of businesses, and you'll hear from Helen Levinson in a few minutes. She's involved in business, and, you know, as she just told me a few minutes ago, always looking for good people. I've done that. I've gone on the website. I've found good people. Tell us a little bit about the website, and which is so much more than really just a website, but tell us a little bit about Illinois Job Link.
Absolutely. So IllinoisJobLink.com is it's a job board, but it's a little bit better than your average job board. And that's for a couple of reasons. The first is we've got over 170,000 jobs currently posted on IllinoisJobLink.com. So, yeah, you heard that right, 170,000 jobs posted on IllinoisJobLink.com. But in addition to that, we also have about 50,000 active job seekers who are, just this past week, who were in IllinoisJobLink.com searching for jobs, updating their resumes, applying for jobs. But the thing that I think really separates us from, your everyday job boards that you might hear about, first of all, if I didn't mention it, it's no cost. So you can go in there, register with us, set up your registration, post a job, and there's no cost. There never will be a cost. That's how we get the great jobs and employers that we have posted there. But second of all, we've got a team of people who are actively going through on a daily basis and helping employers find qualified candidates for the positions that they're seeking out. So, the way we approach it is if an employer wants to use IllinoisJobLink.com and they want to do, basically self-service, go register, post their jobs, recruit candidates right out of that database, they can do that. But then when they need assistance, if they're having trouble finding qualified candidates or they're, say they get a big order and they need to scale up very quickly and hire some people very quickly, that's when they can count on our team to come in and really help them do a lot of the busy work and get people lined up for those positions. So,
Gideon, sounds like this isn't quite the unemployment office that it was perhaps even just a few years ago.
No, not at all. Under Jay Rao's leadership as the director of the agency, when he started at the agency about 3 years ago, the governor said, no more unemployment office. This needs to be the state's employment office. And when I came on 2.5 years ago, that was really my mission, was to operationalize that. And, the first thing that I think we undertook to bring about that change was building credibility with the business community. And so going out, working with local chambers of commerce, working with business organizations, the Society for Human Resource Management, but also, and I can't, this isn't my specialty, but really working on the unemployment insurance side and tightening that up, putting it online, really, working with employers to make sure that, if they have a claim filed against them, there's a very simple process that they can follow, an electronic process. That's all new. Building credibility and then really going out and leveraging those relationships with the business community to make sure that the products we're offering are relevant, easy to use, and easy to access.
And there's no question that you're the right guy to be doing this because you have those relationships with the business community. Gideon, we're talking with Gideon Blustein, the Deputy Director of IDES, the Illinois Department of Employment Security. Gideon, you were with the Illinois Chamber of Commerce before, weren't you?
I was. I worked at the Illinois Chamber of Commerce and built relationships with businesses of all sizes. They had thousands of business members there, and I worked specifically with a lot of the transportation businesses, major railroads, major airlines, trucking companies, and now a lot of those businesses, I assure you, are utilizing IDES's employment services.
They sure are. So let's get back to, I think, the event that we started talking about a few minutes ago. This is one of probably many, many events that Illinois Job Link and your team is participating in because you guys are so well connected with the business community, so engaged with listening to when there are job opportunities, trying to connect and really live up to that example of being the employment office of the state of Illinois. So we have the business event, which is our free business events coming up this Thursday. And actually, all of the workshops, if you go on the website, you'll see that entire educational forum is brought to you by IllinoisJobLink.com. So there's a ton of sessions that pretty much anybody can take advantage of. Gideon, what are you hearing from the business community? What are the challenges that businesses are facing, both obviously in regards to employment, but other areas that might be affecting their growth?
Well, one of the things that I hear oftentimes is I want to grow, I have positions to fill, I'm having trouble finding the right people for those positions. And that can be technical skills or it can be soft skills. And one of the nice things about working with our agency and working with IllinoisJobLink.com is that there's a level of credibility that we can bring because we're working with the candidates and working with everybody that has their resume in IllinoisJobLink.com. So if you are an employer and you work with us, we can set up an on-site hiring event where we will call in people, have an initial phone interview with them to get them prepped and make sure that they're a good fit for those positions that you're recruiting for.
And aside from meeting Gideon and I at the business event this Thursday, October 30th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., once again, it's the business event. You can register at thebusinessevent.com. Gideon, how can people reach out to you and how can people contact you to learn more about the work that you're doing?
Well, the first piece of advice that I would have for whether you're a job seeker or whether you're an employer, go to www.illinoisjoblink.com and go ahead and register. It'll take you just a few minutes. It's very easy to do. And then if you want to talk further about any of those no-cost, customized human resource and recruiting solutions that my team can supply, you can contact me either through our website, which is www.ides.illinois.gov, or you can contact me directly at 312-793-9842.
And business organizations that are out there, I strongly recommend that you check out, obviously, IllinoisJobLink.com, but also reach out to Gideon to invite him or a member of his team to come out and talk about all those resources and all those solutions that are available. Jay Rowell, Gideon Blustein, and their team are really making a difference in the employment community here in Illinois, and we're excited about that. Gideon, thanks for joining us once again. Register for the business event, thebusinessevent.com, this Thursday, October 30th. After the break, we're talking with Gary Rabine of the Rabine Group. Don't miss a minute of it. You're listening to Get Down to Business.